This 17-year-old kid from Pakistan scaled from $2,000 per month and being stuck in the low-ticket hell to more than $8,000 per month in less than 30 days. And not just that, in a couple of months, he scaled to $10,000 per month. With no team, with no agency, he's doing everything by himself and with the right systems. How did he do it? Stick to this video until then, because today we are going to interview him so you can simply copy him, take his advice and achieve the same results as him.
I am making 10.5 a month with just 2 clients.
$10,000 per month, $7,500 from one single retainer with no team at 17 years old. Before that, how much were you making per month?
Before that, I was making around 2k. The best I did was 2.5k per month.
And how many hours were you working before per day?
At that time, I was working around 12 to 14 hours a day, and it looks like this. I woke up, I'm gonna work, and just gonna go back to sleep. Nothing was just changing, and I was working for pennies.
And how much are you working every day now?
Right now, I'm working 4 days a week for 6 hours each.
So you are working half of the time, less than half of the time you've been working before, but you are making 5 times more.
Exactly, 5 times.
If you could go back to the version of yourself struggling at $2,000 per month, what would you tell to yourself? Welcome, and here today we are going to talk about your journey and your evolution. So first of all, let's just flex as we always do on our calls and when we talk. Let's do a flexing session. Let's go.
Yep.
Awesome. That's great. Can you introduce yourself and share more about your journey before joining my coaching program?
My name is Ahmad Ahmed, and on Twitter, you guys know me as Hamflix. So I've been working in this business niche as a video editor for over 1.5 years. And I was struggling to get clients. I was making around 2 and 2.5k per month, but was not able to scale for 6 months and were working in low ticket hell. That's what actually we call in Hadas coaching.
Yeah, the low ticket hell is one of the most common things freelancers are into nowadays. You are having clients, you are working just like you did before. You mentioned you were working a lot and you were getting paid not a big amount of money, where the clients were giving a lot of revisions and a lot of projects to make for that price. How much were you earning before joining and how much are you earning now per month?
So before joining, I was making 2k per month, but now I am making 10.5 a month. So we can say 10k a month, and with just 2 clients.
So you're making $10,000 per month at 17 years old. That's crazy. And you're also the head of the family. You are the big man in the house now. That's great. So you are building a house for your family right now. You even bought land, as you told me. Did you ever think you'd be here so fast? Because I remember you were saving the income.
Yeah, I never thought I would be able to start doing this in this year. My plan was to save up money for 2-3 years and I'm just gonna start that up. But now I'm making way more than that and I have time and everything. So I started out my house and it's around 10% already done, but we're gonna spend some more money and make that the best thing.
That's awesome. If you could go back to the version of yourself struggling at $2,000 per month, what would you tell to yourself?
Just believe in yourself and do the work that needed and know the worth of your videos or your value you are providing and charge according to that.
A few months ago, you were stuck at $2,000 per month. Now you are making $10,000 per month and close to $5,000 retainer who also sometimes gives you VSLs who are like 1 minute, 1.5 minutes long, and you get even $1,000 for these VSLs. If I had told you that this would happen in under 30 days, how would you have reacted?
I would say that's nuts. That's not possible. So when I joined with you, my plan was to just get a 20-minute, 50-minute video up to 1k per month. That would be best for me to get at 5k per month with 2-3 clients. And that's what actually my plans were. But the information, the knowledge that I got, and when I know what actually value the videos can get to my clients, and I started charging according to that, and with all the other tactics like communication, sales, and copywriting that helped me out. That was so easy to do that. And I can just say this, I can do this 100 times now. I can sell my services for 3-minute video for even 2k per month for services or whatever the price is.
Was there a specific moment where everything clicked and you were like, okay, this is working, everything I apply and I learned is actually bringing results?
It was the moment when I learned about the copywriting and how to actually provide value. Because before I was also doing outreach, I was also trying to do value first out approach, sending blooms, sending free stuff. But the actual strategy is not about just sending stuff. It's about making them realize how they're gonna help their brand and how you're gonna do that with the copywriting and create emotion with your writing That's the main game.
And what was the difference between how you approach sales and outreach before? Because you said you've done value first, you've done cold outreach, but they didn't work, and after that.
So for the outreach stuff, I said you need to use copywriting to the stuff and tell them what actually that thing is value and how it can solve their problems. But before I was not doing that. I was just thinking of if I'm providing them the value, which in my thought it was the Loom video or the free edit I was sending, that's enough value. And they will just click on the video and message me back. But you are sending them a stuff and they don't know how that gonna affect them. You need to tell them how that video is going to help their brand grow and get more conversion and all those stuff. And that's what actually I was not doing before. And that's changed once after I learned the copywriting and some sales tactic. And if I talk about the sales calls, the best thing I learned is when you jump on a call, ask yourself how I'm going to help this guy achieve his goals and solve his pain points. That's the best advice that I got. And once I start doing this, it was like more of a true conversation. My prospect and me, we both are trying to solve their problems and it's way more easier to close them.
Yeah. This is awesome. I'm trying to tell to people every time when I talk to them that they should reframe sales with helping into their mind, and also outreach. They should help as much as possible, even in the outreach. And this is what helped you achieve the results so fast and scale so fast. You learned this, and you also applied the warrior mindset, which connected everything together with the freelancing master funnel and with website VSL and everything, and you scaled so fast based on that. You took action and you applied the information, which is the most important step.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where warrior mindset came in. I'm going to say that's a building point of every strategy that we had here.
Yeah, mindset is the foundation, and without a stable foundation, every strategy that I give to you will just crumble. It won't work. So you understood that.
Yep.
You were stuck in the low ticket hell for 6 months when you joined. Why do you think you stayed there for so long?
For actually, the thing is taking action for me. I knew some stuff. I need to outreach to client. I need to post some stuff on Twitter so I can get some inbound. So I didn't know how to do that. And second step, I was not doing consistently. I was not posting on consistently on Twitter. I was not doing outreach consistently. And in 6 months, my best numbers outreach I did was 5 outreach a month. So you can guess. I was not applying anything perfectly. And once I joined the coaching, and at that time point, I knew I have to meet this number of volume. I have to meet this number of kind of posts on Twitter, provide the value, and how I'm gonna do that, all the stuff. That's what everything just connected.
That's great. If you are interested in learning all of the strategies Hamad applied, but not just that, also know how to make your schedule and apply the information every day by applying the Freelancing Master funnel and the Goal to Mastery action formula that I have inside of the Freelancing Master community, then click the link below and join the Freelancing Masters. What were you doing before that wasn't working, and what was the first thing you've changed after joining?
So before I was just trying to focus more on learning more effects, learning more motion graphics, learning more about editing and all those kind of stuff. When I was learning those stuff, I was not making any sales. I was not doing any outreach. I was not doing anything. And when I joined this coaching, I went through all the things and I knew I need to learn copywriting. I need to know I learn sales. I need to learn marketing. I need to learn how I gonna pursue people to buy my stuff and all those kind of stuff. Because of the mindset shift that I got in the first call of my mindset, I knew this is the pitfall that I have to cross. And after that, I will get an actual kind of my growth. And once I applied those things, obviously I had to learn for like 1 or 2 weeks, just a little bit basics of, and then I keep learning them at the same time and apply that in my outreach, on my personal brand, in my sales calls. And at that time, I saw my growth like 10x and 20x in just 1 or 2 days. And it was not 1 and 2 days. It built up from the day 1 to week and 3, but it showed up in just 1 or 2 days when I applied that.
Most of the people are thinking about applying this type of mindset where they want to become a specialist, where they want to learn everything about video editing, they want to become the best. But what happens is that they don't have time to do outreach, become better and better at copywriting, at sales, at marketing, and they are staying stuck with 0 clients in the low ticket hell forever. This happens to so many people that I talk with. Do you have any advice for this type of people? What do you think they should hear right now?
It's a hard truth. Your editing skills doesn't matter that much you think it matters. It's not 100% of your skills in editing. It's all about how you communicate with your client. If you are a best editor, but you're not a good communicator, not gonna work with you forever, like for 1, 2, 3, 4 months. And every editor has heard this stuff, but they're not applying still. They are not just kind of be more professional when they are talking with people, and they're not going to communicate perfectly. So just learn. You don't need to master copywriting, sales, marketing, and all those kind of things. Learn the basics, keep learning them, do some practice, and start keep learning your editing. It's not like you don't have to learn and improve your editing. Quality matters, but you have to learn some other skills also and combine them. You are going to grow your business, and that's the most important thing. Like, most editors don't take it as a business, they just take it as a kind of side hustle stuff and all this. When you treat your editing or your freelancing as a business, you're just going to grow way faster.
Yeah, so you need to level up and to master multiple skills in order to succeed. This is a business, it's not a hobby. If you're treating it like a hobby, it will pay like a hobby. That's the main idea, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing.
You went from charging small rates to landing a $5,000 per month retainer. How did you build the confidence to charge and close at that level?
So I said before, that's gonna be about the value. When you know what actually the value you are providing, that's gonna the point you can charge more. When you know a person who can make 20k, 30k from that video, you can easily charge. You can easily ask him, I'm gonna charge 1.5k for this video, 2k for this video, because he is getting ROAS of like 20%, 20x or something like that. So think about the value that you're gonna provide for them and charge based on that.
Remembering that you are a professional and you're offering a service and you're also someone who decides if the customer should work with you is one of the most important lessons that people should remember, because they are getting into calls and they are thinking he will hire me, or this customer gets the power to decide if they are going to work with me. But that's not true. Both of you get to decide that.
Yep. That's what actually something that we need to keep in mind. Also, I'm getting a lot of DMs from other editors. Hey brother, how you charge for this? What would you charge for this? What would you charge for that? So there are some creators in some communities in Discord. I told some person that I charge for 2.5 minute PSL. I charge 1k, and they were like, no man, you didn't, and that and this, and they were just negative all about this, and I didn't have to prove them. But the main thing is, if they got any VSL, if they got anything, the creator would say like, this is a 2 minute video, what would you charge? And he will like, go, my per minute charges are $100. So it's like, if I would be making a 10-minute video, it would be 1k. But you are not making a 1 minute video, you are making just a 3 minute video, and you need to see what value they're gonna get. For my client whom I made the video, his front end product was like a $250 product, and the back end he has a 10k coaching program for 2 months. So that's kind of funnel. So I made a VSL for him, and I knew it's gonna blow up because he already have a great audience coming in. It was like around 20-30k subscriber, but still that's a great number. And that video in just 1 week closed 60-70 deals, and in those 60-70, 15 people bought his coaching. So like, you can see how much money he made, and he was more than happy to pay me. And even if he was not closing any client, just one coaching program, if he was able to sell that, he was be making 10k, 10x what actually he paid me. So you need to think what actually the value you are providing, and you can be open to your client and ask them what actually your product's price is, and what are the your previous ROAS, and what actually you are earning right now per month. They're gonna be more than happy to tell you about, because you are learning about their product, learning about their business, because you're gonna make a video that gonna help that business. Just keep that in mind, and be more human and ask the questions.
Yeah, nice insights here. Talking about all of this stuff, like, this is one of the most common things I also face when I post on Twitter, and when I say I charge $1,500 per video, I'm getting hate from people. They're like, you can't charge that much, and I'm telling them the video was about 10 minutes long, but you can charge $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for a video that's 1 minute long if the video is going to bring value. But this type of people are just crabs, and they either genuinely don't understand how much you can ask and get that much, or there are people from the documentary space who are just hating and spreading hate for some reason to other people, and they're like, you can't charge that much, you're lying, you're a scammer, even if you post your work, because I and you posted your work as well. They expect to see one of the best work on the space, one of the best style, with 3D animations, with the craziest stuff, but when they see simple work, even if there are animations, but not that hard as they expect in their mind, for 3k or for 1.5k, they start hating because the reality is not connected with the real reality. So they don't see what's real. They are limiting themselves with these limiting beliefs. That's why I can't hate this type of people, because they're just having limiting beliefs, and the limiting beliefs are guarding and influencing their entire life. So yeah, great insights here.
Yeah, you don't need to get better at editing to get high paying clients. It's all about what you solve for them. If you solve a problem for a poor people, you're gonna pay you pennies. If you solve a same problem but for a rich person, he gonna pay you more money for that because he gonna worth his time more than the person who is poor. So that's the thing also. If you're working in a gaming niche, there are some creator who pay very well, or the like one of the big creator. But if you're working in a business niche, there's a people who are gonna make a shit ton of money from your videos. You can easily charge them, and they will also be happy to like work with you on the same prices. You can charge. Even I know some editors whom I look up to, they are charging 3K per video or even 5K per video. 5K per video. And funny thing is, he is one of the previous editor of Iman Ghazi, and was charging 5K per video, not because he was the editor of Iman Ghazi, and because he just wrote the scripts for them and does the editing. And editing was simplest editing, not in the even Iman Ghazi style. So you can say like he was editor of Iman Ghazi, did the same style, but not. He just did the simplest animations.
What was the actual process of landing that $5,000 per month retainer? Can you break it down?
The method I learned from you, first step was generating lead, obviously, and then second was qualifying them as much as you can, do the research. And I spent like 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes for each lead to qualify them, go through their Instagram, go through their businesses, go to testimonial and all those stuff to see like if they are really have money to pay me and work with me, and if people are loving them also. So it's all about the golden arrow approach and all the copywriting stuff. So just focus on the value you're going to provide, and it also depends on which platform you are going to do. If you're focusing on Twitter, like in DMs in Instagram, or if on TikTok, if you want to do. So on Insta and Twitter, you need to keep your message short as possible and give value in that time, and also be personalized at the same time. And if you are in the like email, at that time people who are going through the email are in the work kind of mindset, so they're gonna read long emails also. But at their point also, you don't have to write a long paragraphs. You just have to give them why your product matters to them, how it can help them, and why they should reply to you. These three things are checked, your email is good. And also personalization is going to be the best part that you don't have to skip. And for the DMs, I closed with this client from DMs. I went for just first line was personalized. He just bought a new company, and he did a post of like, I'm gonna take this company to 1 billion valuation and kind of 1 billion exit. So I just made a kind of joke, literally with a kind of joke and kind of congratulations joke kind of stuff, and in his post, and then went to his DM, sent a little bit of personalized message, kind of one liner about his work and everything, and asked him like what is going to be his process and all of those kind of thing. And then he just replied me. I also told him, okay, I can help you out in doing this by making a content that's gonna get you more leads and all those kind of thing. And I just made a video for you. Check it out. And he was like, okay, damn, that's good. And if do you work, you are agency or this kind of thing? And I was like, no, I'm a one-man show. I saw your work and just went to it. And we just jump on a call. And first, like call was kind of big. We did for first 15 minutes. Just talked about the strategies that he can do his own Twitter, on his YouTube. And after that, I just named my price and we get the deal. That was the whole timeline.
Congrats. This is a really detailed way of applying the whole information that we discussed about in the coaching, in the freelancing master funnel, as well when we had the calls. Really well done with applying the information, even in DMs. Usually we use email, but even in DMs you applied it really well, and that's why it worked, because you targeted the pain points and the goals of the customer. And this is what you did after joining the program. But before joining the program, how was your Twitter and outreach game like?
So outreach was just kind of sucks, man. I'll be honest. That outreach was not one of the best, not one of the best. Like there was not a normal. I was just spitting out words about my service, and then I was spitting about their work, just some pricing, and just sending them some free stuff also. But I was not telling them why that matters to them, how that can affect them, and how that can grow their business and all this kind of stuff. But if you talk about Twitter, I was not consistent. I would post some like 1 or 2 tweets a month or those kind of, and I was not interact with any people, and I was just kind of, we can say, very lazy on my personal brand side because I was not getting any inbounds. I'm gonna focus on outreach, and my outreach was not that good also. But when I started implementing the strategies on the Twitter, it went up, and now my all outreach are getting easier, also because of copywriting and all the stuff. But when I'm mentioning, okay, this is my Twitter, check it out in my follows, so they goes up into my Twitter, saw all the work I have done, all of my testimonial, some of my clients go to my website. It's kind of warm-up session for them, and they know this guy is consistently working on Twitter, this guy is just putting value and all those kind of stuff. So it's much easier with a social proof.
Yeah, is the social proof and also the Twitter triangle content system, which is the brand post, value post, and before and after that you've been posting and that been bringing you results. This system also works as the top of the funnel that will bring the customers. And as you said, it's warming them up before they jump into a call with you. So it's way easier
Yeah, yeah.
to convert.
Yeah, that triangle system is the one of the best. Like most editors just post their work, 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 or some of course just gonna post their life, and all those kind of stuff. But having a right balance about your work, your personality, your life, and your behind the scenes, that's just like shows the perspective. This is a human, and he is a what his personality is. They just connect with you, and what type of work is working, and he's also doing his work every day.
A lot of video editors are stuck in the low ticket hell forever. How did you break out so fast?
That's gonna be four steps stuff, I would say. First one is gonna be mindset. Second one is gonna learning new skills. Third one is consistency. And fourth one is just actually applying what I learned in the coaching.
What would you tell to editors who are struggling on Twitter, waiting for inbounds and getting zero clients?
For those guys, I would say there are two parts of a business. First one is inbound, people gonna come to you, and second is the outreach. If you're only focusing on one thing, your business is gonna just crumble. If you're focusing on outreach only and inbound not, that's gonna be just kind of loss of your work. And if you're doing only inbounds, that's also not a good side. But if you're struggling and you're just trying to post work and work on your Twitter, and you are not growing on Twitter, also you're not getting any inbounds, then start doing outreach also. Start doing outreach, make some videos as a free sample for them, post those videos on Twitter. So it's kind of taking both kind of paths at the same time, and that would be way much easier to close.
When you joined, you learned about the warrior mindset. How did the idea help you in your journey?
As I said, there's a first of all my scheduling. I had no the thing what actually I'm gonna manage my day and all those kind of thing. I was just spending time on meditating, then we just eat, sleep, and then I walk. That's what actually I was doing. But now I'm doing the same work, eat, sleep, spending some time with family, going out, but in a more kind of structured way. So that helped me out manage my time, manage the stuff that I have to do in an easy way, and also it helped me out go through that pit hole when I was learning copywriting, learning all those kind of stuff, and I was just not seeing any growth. So it helped me out not to quit at that time so I can see the growth after that.
I remember that you were hesitant about sales at first. What's changed in the coaching? What changed after that?
English is not my first language, and also second, I was not kind of public speaking person or just connecting with people on the kind of we say introvert. But the best thing that actually helped me out was just thinking of that guy as a friend, and also I'm gonna help his kind of business grow, whatever his problem is. Just think about that and focus on that problem. A little bit of kind of friendly tone. You don't have to be more professional like the person who are making running a business over 300 million valuation, all those kind of stuff. I talked with some of the big creators after I get connected with my this person client. All of them are like, Yo, brother, hi, brother. This is kind of thing. They're just like more chillest person ever, man. So you just need to connect with them as a human being. You don't need to be, hey, sir, this and that. Just be more human, be more kind of friendly tone, and also try to help them out. That's the best advice you can get right now. That's the best advice for me also. And that helped me out in my sales way much.
A lot of editors fear rejection and fear charging high rates. How did you push to that?
Rejection are the part of the game. That's what actually I would say. When you are facing a rejection, the value you provide was not enough. You will only face a rejection when the price you are asking is above the value you are providing. So that's what actually you have to remember. When you're getting a rejection, you were not providing the value enough to get that price. If they think the value they're getting is better than the price, they're obviously gonna say yes.
If you had to summarize your entire mindset experience and shift into one sentence, what would it be?
I would say focus on the things that you can do and what actually matters to you. And the things that are not in your control are just pretty useless. If there is a thing that is bugging you and it's just like kind of coming into your mind and it's just kind of saying, oh man, I should do this and it's just kind of bad for my business, then just do it. And if it's not in your control, you can't do this, then just stop thinking about that because it's not in your control. Only think about the stuff that is in your control and try to fix that up. That's the whole kind of stuff is. And also You can watch countless videos on time management, on productivity, on with this stuff and that stuff. But taking action is the main point.
Was there a specific moment where my feedback helped you land the client or avoid doing a mistake?
Man, in the start, the first calls in a discovery call, I had a lot of questions that were in my mind for like last 2 3 months. And when I came to your call, discovery call, you just try to help me out, and it was like all my questions were suddenly vanished. I knew what actually I have to do, and but there's only few things were missing. When I joined your coaching, I knew mindset. We went to the my marketing side on the DMs and Twitter, and also on outreach. Then we managed wrote the VS and all those kind of stuff. Then at the step, I knew like I know what actually I have to do now. I just have to go in, and then I start doing outreach and start doing everything. At that time, I was about to jump on a bad deal, but I contacted you. Hey man, this is what is the deal is, and it is all about this and that. They were paying really good for like 2K per month for 2 videos, but the actual thing were behind. I'm not sure if we can say in here, but that was not the good thing. But those helped, like when we were talking about the psychology of sales and we were talking about marketing and copywriting, really point me out like what I have to focus on. Imagine you have a list of 100 people and you know any one of those guys can be your client, and the first person replied to you, and this is not a good deal. So why would you go to there? Just focus and be patient and wait for the other client or the other prospect. So I waited, and after 1 week, when I started doing outreach, I landed a client. That was the worth of what actually I was thinking of at that point, and I'm getting good paid.
How is the coaching program or a course where you apply the freelancing master funnel different from the approach that most freelancers try, which is trying to figure out everything on their own by watching free content? What's the difference?
There's a lot of kind of random content on the internet, and every person is just trying to be a guru and just trying to spit out the knowledge they learned from some kind of 2 minute shorts or all this kind of thing. But actual thing matters in this coaching was when I jumped on the call, I had a lot of questions. When I just talked with you, I got the instant answer from them and I knew what I have to do. And it's like kind of person holding your hand and walking you through the right path, because in this journey there's a lot of paths and every single step you have to take option of going to different path, but there's a person who's going to take help care of that, that's going to hold your hand and get you to the right path so you get achieve your goals. That's what actually I would say about this coaching in a one line. And if you guys are going to hop in, I would say to the avid reader who's just thinking of this is mindset. Most people just neglect it. That's one of the most important thing. Then about marketing, copywriting, and sales. If you're not learning these 4 things, your business is not going to grow at all. And obviously, you have to treat it as a business.
Yeah, and you can also get coached inside of the Freelancing Masters community where I have a one group call every Wednesday, and you're going to learn information and ask questions and get real-time feedback on applying the information from the course, which is the same information from the coaching, just into a course recorded. So coaching is really important, and as you can see, it's all about filtering the information and applying it. Even if you can find everything for free on the internet, it's not the same thing, because what actually is the hard part is taking the information, filtering it, seeing if it works, applying it. This takes the time, which is the only currency that never goes back. You are now at $10,000 per month and you are building a house. What's the biggest challenge that you are facing right now compared to before?
Actually, I'm kind of struggling is to handle more clients. There's a lot of clients that are coming in, and I have less time to do the things for them. And that's why I'm going on the next stage. That's building an agency. And in just next 1 or 2 months, I'm going to launch that, where I'm going to hire a team, do all the other stuff like ideation, scripting, and all those kind of things, and going to help them persons. Only thing is, I have to hire more people to handle the work that I'm getting right now.
Are you going to hire people inside of the Freelancing Master community?
Yeah, that's one of the connection way. I had a lot of people in there who are connected with me, were one of my good friends, and also I'm gonna be joining that coaching. Also gonna come there, connect with you guys, and obviously I need a lot of good talents.
For someone scared to invest into coaching or into a course, a community, what would you tell to them?
So when people want to grow their business, they invest in business, and in validating niche, in any creative niche, we are the business. If we are going to invest in ourselves, we are investing in our business. So take it as like that. You have to invest in yourself. It can be money, it can be energy, it can be time. Just start investing in yourself. you will grow way faster than ever before.
If you had to summarize up your whole entire experience into one sentence, what would it be?
It's wholly unbelievable. And it's gonna be it's just incredible.
Where can people find you right now?
So I'm most active right now on Twitter, Hamflix. On Twitter, you can search me out. And on YouTube, I'm coming in like 1 or 2 months. We are just planning out making strategies and both some stuff.
If you're interested in learning all of the information that Hamad applied and learned in this entire journey that helped him scale to $8,000 per month in less than 30 days, then simply click the link below to join the Freelancing Masters community.